Today I'm excited to share with you something called the point of power and why we want to be operating above the point of power. So here is the point of power, and if we're operating below the point of power, we're typically living in the land of blame, excuses and denial. So let's look at each of these and use perhaps an example. Let's maybe talk about the coronavirus as an example. So let's say we're a business owner and we're operating with blame. So we're blaming the Chinese. Why did they start it? Why didn't they find out what was happening sooner? We're blaming our government. Why have they put the lockdown so strictly? Or why have they taken so long to put the lockdown? But we're blaming someone else. It's not our fault, it's someone else's fault. Let's look at excuses. You're sitting here going, well, I'm doing the best I can. I can't get to everything, can I? You're finding excuses for your behavior, okay? It's really excuses, and you might be in the coronavirus stage, be going, well, I'm a business owner, my customers are suffering, they can't come to me, I can't do anything about that, what can I do? I can't operate, my shop is closed, I'm going to have to just wait till the end, making excuses. And denial means that you are not even fronting up the fact that there is an issue in the first place. Now certainly a good example of that would be before the coronavirus hit South Africa and before the lockdown, I heard lots of business owners going, it's never going to hit us in South Africa. No ways, it's not going to be an issue, not going to be a problem at all. So the common thing if you're operating below the point of power, okay, is that you are powerless, all right? You are powerless, and why are you powerless? Because it's not you. It's not your fault. You can't do anything about it. It's someone else's fault. What can you do about it? Well, there's not a problem in the first place, okay? So if you're operating here, you are powerless, as shown in this very powerless battery over here. What we want to be doing is moving above the point of power. Now when we move above the point of power, we recognize that there is a challenge, but we take ownership, accountability and responsibility. We realize that it's up to us to take some other action. We know that we're going to have to account for that action that we take, and we want to own what our response is. Now, when we take ownership, accountability and responsibility, we are no longer powerless. We are in fact powerful, like this nice battery, okay? Remember one of the sayings that I have and I lead my life by. You cannot control what happens to you, but you get to decide how you want to respond. And the point of power is all about how you are going to respond. Are you going to sit here in denial? Are you going to stay in bed and do nothing because really, what can I do? Or are you going to stand up and be counted and take ownership and account and responsibility, pick up your oar and do something, row, because that's when you have power. Now, this point of power is not about denying that there's a challenge out there. It's not about pretending that there are no issues or anything like that. It's recognizing the fact that there are challenges, there are issues that are not of your causing, but realizing and taking ownership that you can do something about it. So you always have a choice, and you have to decide, what do you choose? Are you going to operate below the point of power or operate above the point of power? Now, I found this concept when I joined ActionCoach to be of immense value to myself. I've used it in my personal life. I have used it in my business. It's something you can use as the manager, the leader, the owner of a business, yourself, to check your own behavior. It's something you can use with the people that report to you. It's even something you can use within your family. I certainly use this with all three of my children. I haven't been brave enough to use it with my wife yet, but she's used it on me. So the point of power, a wonderful reminder that you have a choice, and you and only you get to decide how you're going to respond.